What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hello, hi. I am in a new space. Welcome to Wade and I's new bedroom in our new house. I know that you guys have been on the edge of your seats about our moving, our wedding, our future careers and paths that we're going down, a bunch of stuff. I feel like you guys just feel like you're out of the loop, and you kind of are, because I've been very selective with what I've been sharing on Instagram, and sometimes life just moves so fast that I just don't have the time to post about it. So here we are, big video, a catch up with me YouTube video, Q&A / whatever random updates I feel like you guys want to know but didn't ask. So we're just gonna dive right in. Okay, it's about that time to get this going. We're gonna do this. All right, so where to begin? Let's begin with a quick little update on where we are, how we got here, and then I'll dive into questions because I put up a question box on Instagram and I'll get into that. So Wade and I moved into a new townhome. It is just us for the first time ever, which has been an experience all on its own. And I feel like that needs a whole other YouTube video with Wade and I, because it's a big shift, you know, it's a big change in both of our lives and our relationship and things like that. But yes, we have moved into a new townhome together. We moved here, I wanna say right after Cookie Fest. So at the end of February, we moved into this townhome. There wasn't any crazy reason behind it. I feel like a lot of people are digging for this dramatic, tea time, just an unnecessary dramatic event to lead to this point. And I also think a lot of people just assumed that Wade and I would stay where we were for however long they assumed we were gonna be there. The plan for us was always to live in that apartment until we felt like we were financially ready, or relationship ready to move into a new home. Was it a part of our timing particularly? Not really, but we were gonna move out eventually. And so especially within the next, if it wasn't at the end of February, it would have been a few months after that we planned on moving into our new home. We planned on moving out before we got married, honestly. We wanted to have a house by then just so we can experience life together, just us, and it just happened to happen a lot faster than what we intended. There is no dramatic scheme behind anything, so I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but that is not it. I will go into further detail later on in this video though, so don't feel like I'm just leaving you guys in the dark still. I'm not. I will cover more things later on. Back to the house. So we are moved in together, still making it very homey. I think the only rooms that are pretty much done are the kitchen. The entryway is pretty much finished. We still only have a couch in our living room. We don't have a dining room table yet or anything, so still putting things together. Once the house is 90% complete, I will do a big house tour. I'll show you guys everything that we have, because we'll probably be here through at least December, just because we want to be married and we want to kind of soak up the new married life at the end of October. And I want to get through the holidays and not worry about moving, gift buying, and all those things. So we'll be here through December at least, and then we'll see where life takes us from there. But that is the big house update. And now I guess we'll dive into wedding updates, because a lot has happened. Diving into wedding updates. Okay, so I guess to catch y'all up, I believe the last thing I talked about was I found my dream dress, which I honestly sometimes forget that I have found it. I have to go look at pictures just to remind myself that I have this beautiful dress to wear. It's so exciting. And as of late, I had a wine wedding planning night with two of my really good friends, and they basically made me a giant checklist. Well, made Wade and I a giant checklist to go off of, which has been super helpful. So since then, we have I landed hair and makeup thanks to my friend Christine. We have a photographer, videographer, which I'm so excited about. Their stuff is beautiful. I can't wait to see what they create on our big day. We are still figuring out a reception place, which has been beyond stressful. And I think what we're gonna officially do is where we're having our ceremony at Eden Gardens, we're gonna have our reception there too. That is the plan. I am in communications with the person who runs events at that state park, and I'm gonna try and see if there's a way we can kind of work around what I previously committed to, because at this point, having it all in one location just seems super ideal, and I can't really plan or hire or talk to anybody if I don't know where the reception is gonna be, because apparently that plays a big role in, you know, their packages or what they charge, because it's out of town versus in town and all these things. So still trying to finalize a reception place. I believe we have a DJ, we have a live musician, so we can have some live music while we're there. I finalized my color scheme. I picked out bridesmaid dresses and colors, and then I also ordered my bridesmaids gift boxes that I'm gonna put together and send out to them. They all know they're gonna be my bridesmaids, but I'm still gonna ask them formally with a cute little box because I just think it's great. And what else has happened? Yeah, I think that's where we're at right now. So we finalized a lot of things, but still have a lot to do. And I think we're like 6 months and like 2 weeks out from our wedding day. So it's coming up really fast. I mean, it's pretty much almost here, and it's a lot, but that's the update for the wedding. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. I think y'all asked questions about it, so I'll dive more into that too at the end. But those are the 2 big life updates: move update, wedding update. Now we'll just dive into some questions because you guys asked a few, and I love answering them, so we're gonna do that. My hair is just really having a moment right now. We're gonna get this going. So then it's great. This first question is the wedding vibe, and I don't really know what my wedding vibe is. I know that it's fall. It's a lot of like rust colors, like some oranges, some like wine colors, some cinnamon, you know, like it's gonna be very like warm fall. I'm picturing a lot of like flowers. I'm picturing a lot of like wood, like rustic-y. I can put pictures up of what I've put on my Pinterest board that I created when I was like 12, and I've just been adding to it ever since. So, but yeah, it's basically just fall, rust colors, rustic vibes, very warm, maybe a little bit of boho-y kind of thing, but super naturey too. So that's kind of the whole vibe of the wedding. It's just warm, cozy, rust colors. I don't know, is that a vibe? A rust color, is that a vibe? Where are you guys doing your bachelorette party? Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. So one, I'm very pumped because I didn't know your bachelorette party can be just a group of friends that aren't necessarily in your bridal party. So that already made me so happy, because if I want my other girlfriends there who aren't in my bridal party, like I'd love to celebrate with them. So as of right now, we've talked about going to a winery, and I think we're going to Fredericksburg back home in Texas, because like I want my mom to be there, and I want my sister to be able to come, and my 2 best friends back home. And there's more people that'll be in Texas that I can bring that aren't here in Florida, I think. So yeah, I think we're gonna be going to a winery in Fredericksburg, and it's gonna be so great. I've never been to a winery before. I'm a big wine girl, but I've never been to one. So I'm gonna go to my first one with a bunch of my girlfriends. It's gonna be awesome. I know that for Wade's bachelor party, I think he wants to like go get lost in the woods with his bros and just go hiking and spend the weekend out away from everybody and like check out from the world for a bit. So I think that's what they're gonna do, but he hasn't really finalized that plan, but yeah. Another question was more future-ish, and it was, do Wade and I want kids after the wedding? And we do. There's definitely not a plan of like get married, have a kid like immediately after. Like that's not the plan right now, just because we want to be married and we want to explore the world still while we're married and things like that. But yes, we do really want kids afterwards. And I think our like projected plan is to get married, be married for a few months, find a home to live in, and try to decide if it should be our forever home or if it should just be a home before the forever home, which is kind of like a big commitment for both of us. So we're trying to figure that out. And then for after we get a home, we're gonna get a dog. And then after we get a dog, the goal is to try and have kids. So there's a little bit of steps in between, but you know, like our plans don't always follow through with what we want, because life is funny like that. And it doesn't really matter what you plan, because things are gonna happen the way they're supposed to happen. So that's a rough idea of what ideally I would want to happen. Some of y'all have been asking what Wade has been up to. Wade's last day at Fat and Weird was at the end of February. He basically made this decision to change jobs because he just wasn't feeling fulfilled anymore. He didn't feel like he was like living to his full potential on what he is capable of doing. And he basically just got tired of just going through the motions of life and wants to do something that makes him happy. And so he got out of Fat and Weird, and currently he is doing online coaching. He's getting his certifications. He is going to get his yoga instructor's license as well. And he is currently working at a place called Island Time, or the Island Time here in Florida. It's a really good gig for the summertime. And so he's getting in at a really good time just to make money, make his plans, continue to pursue his coaching career that he wants to do. And I mean, that's really all that he's been up to, is just getting his ducks in a row so he can be successful at something that he loves to do. And him and I are both on the same boat with that. We both just want to not just develop like our relationship between each other, but we want to work on building a future for ourselves and our future family. And we want to do things that we're both really proud of. And if there's any bit of advice that I know he would agree with, it's that you never want to be doing a job or be a part of a job that doesn't make you feel like you're living up to your full potential. You don't want to be doing something that doesn't make you feel joyful to do, or doesn't make you feel like accomplished or successful. Like, you never want to do something in life that you just feel like meh about, you know? And so we're both in a season right now where we are going to be transitioning into things that are super new, super scary, but things that we're both very passionate about as individuals, and we want to grow in that aspect, which kind of leads into other questions that I've been getting, is just, you know, what is my role at Fat and Weird? What is my role with coaching? What does all that look like? And I know that I haven't been sharing a lot of that on my Instagram. Again, it's just because there's just some things that I just don't feel like I need to broadcast. Like, you know, like life isn't about being shared 24/7. But I will say that I am also in a transitioning period of changing careers and starting things on my own, things that I want to be doing for myself. And I will give more detail into that once I'm officially like done with the 2 jobs that I have. That's another reason why I haven't really been talking about it, is because I'm still committed to Fat and Weird. I'm still committed to serving my clients that I currently have under Memories Over Macros, just because like that's my focus, and that I want to end these jobs on like a high note and really just like give my best all the way through the finish. So I can't be doing that if I'm focusing on my personal stuff that I want to figure out. So my brain doesn't do well if I try to split it between like focusing on too many different things. So that's a big reason why I haven't been talking about it as much, and why I'm being kind of vague, and why I'm kind of just not giving explicit details on what I'm going to be pursuing. But I will get more into it once I'm done with everything else that I'm doing. So just make sure you subscribe, and you'll catch the YouTube video where I finally tell you guys what I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be great. So you don't want to miss it. All right. So the rest of the questions had to do with our move. Like, why did it happen so fast? What's going on? Are you guys all still friends? Was there a fallout? Oh my gosh, what is going, like a lot of people are kind of like making this such a big deal to themselves that it's like almost like they're a little too invested in our lives, which I guess with social media, like that's kind of what happens. People do get invested, so I kind of get it, but also not to the point where everybody just feels so like shook at a decision that seems very common for any average person. So yeah, so we all moved out of the apartment at Fat and Weird HQ. Main reason being is I don't want to speak for Wade, I don't want to speak for Austin, but I know for me personally, like it's just a step in a direction of growth. It's a step in a direction of Wade and I's relationship getting better, you know, like in a sense of there's only so much that you can like go through together as a couple, living with somebody else and living next door to other people. Like you don't have these moments of like privacy for you to like battle things out, to argue things out, to grow on things, to learn things from each other. Not that living with a roommate was like hindering us, but it definitely puts like a little bit of like a barrier of like how real you're gonna be with that person, because like there's another person living with you. You never want to be like the drama of a space when you're sharing it with somebody else. I hope that makes sense. So that was a big part of it, was that Wade and I never intended to live with somebody or next door to Brad and Aubrey or anything like that. once we were married. Like, that was not ever the goal. It wasn't the plan. It was just to be there for the time that we needed to be there while we found a place to live. And then we would just move out and go about our lives. There was no like super crazy thing that happened. It's just, I know for me, like, we just wanted to have our own space to grow within ourselves, to grow with each other. And, you know, like, I don't think that that's super weird. I don't know why it came off super weird. Maybe because I didn't broadcast it to the world about why we were doing it or what our intentions were, but that's really all that it was. So I'm really sorry if you guys are disappointed, because there's no like dramatic, like drum roll, bam, this is what happened type of moment. It's literally just, the plan was never to stay there for a super long period of time. It was just whatever the circumstances were that we needed to move in, that's what happened. And then the circumstances changed for us to move out a little bit earlier than planned. And that's just what happened. So we ended up here in this great home. Like I said, like, Wade and I have already learned and have grown a lot through this move, through being here, just us. And I really am excited to get into a YouTube video about that, because I feel like not a lot of people really talk about moving in with your significant other. So yeah, that's really like the main gist of it, guys. That was basically the main bulk of the questions, was just why, when, how, what is going on, what are you doing, and that's it. So I'm kind of done rambling about that. Oof, freaking, I need some caffeine, guys. It's been a day. So I got my Alani. Deek deek. Alani. I think it's the cherry one, the cherry slush. It is. It's delicious. So a few other questions were more tailored to like fitness, healthy living, what I'm doing with my fitness journey, and like what my goals are and things like that. So to kind of start, one question that really stuck out to me was when people say like, just start. You know how everybody says like, all you gotta do is just start, like just do it. They don't really know what that means, and they don't know what that first step looks like. And to me, I think setting daily goals for yourself is the best way to start anything, any habit. Like, the only way to build a habit is to create steps for you to establish that habit, right? So for example, starting a fitness journey, you don't know what to do. Well, your first step is probably to get your butt to the gym. You know, so maybe for like a week, set your goal of like 3 days this week, I am gonna get to the gym, right? And so then you're establishing the habit of like making yourself go to the gym because you know you need it, you know it's good for you. Great. Once you're at the gym, I highly recommend going in with a plan, whether it's a plan you make for yourself or it's a plan that you follow from somebody on Instagram, or even if it's just, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna walk. Like, you need to get there with a plan or a goal or an agenda and stick to it no matter what. And once you do that over time, it becomes easier to go more often. It becomes easier to be motivated to go, and it even becomes easier to be more disciplined to go to the gym. So when I first started my training, my goal was just, I'm gonna train every single day and I will be lifting weights like every single day. Now, I'm not saying that's the best thing to do. I was very new to my journey. Those were my goals. And I didn't shy away from my goals. I went every single day and I lifted every single day. And it's built this habit in me that I need the gym at least an X amount of times in the week to feel good. So when people say like, just start, and you don't know where to start, just think of the first most basic step you could do to start your healthy journey. Does that make sense? A couple questions I got too, like I said, were asking me like what my goals are and what I'm doing with the gym, because Wade and I switched gyms. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw that. And some of you guys asked about that too. Like, why'd you switch gyms? And one big reason was just we needed a change in scenery, like for ourselves and for our training. Wellness, the old gym we went to, it's a great gym, great equipment. It's very clean. Like, we love the people there. It's just, it was getting so crowded at the time that we could go to the gym that it's either we'd have to go at like 4 a.m. or we'd have to go at like 10 p.m. And that just wasn't ideal for us. And because the gym was so small, it just wasn't gonna work. So we now go to our gym called Fitness Junkie, which if you guys have been on my YouTube, you know, since I've moved to Florida, you might recognize the gym because I used to train there when I first moved here. So it's really cool to like be back at that place. And it has been the greatest transition for us. For me especially, like I just feel like my lifts are so much more serious. I feel more like in control of my lifts. I feel more dedicated. I feel stronger. I feel more excited to train. Like it has been a complete mental shift in my training and how I carry myself in the gym and through my workouts. So it's been really great. As of right now, I haven't had like any goals specifically, mainly because like life has been happening so fast. The last thing I'm thinking about is a goal weight, a goal physique, a goal in strength. Like it's just been, please just move your body because everything else is really tough right now and you just need to work out. So I think honestly, after I film this, I think I'm going to sit down and really write out what I want to do with my nutrition, with my training, how often I want to train, how often I want to rest, especially with these changes that are going to be happening in my life in the next few weeks. My availability to do anything is just about to open up. And so I really need to have a plan. Otherwise, I'm not going to know what to do with all the time. So I think tonight I'm going to sit down and like write out my macros, figure out what I want to eat, make a plan for myself. Because if I don't have a plan, then I kind of just like I show up and I work hard, but I'm not working towards anything. I'm just giving it all in that workout and then I leave and I'm like, well, that's it. So yeah, main step, macros, training plan, set goals. I know for sure one of my goals is to lean out so I look great in my wedding dress because my first fitting is coming up in June. So fingers crossed that I'm not as like bulky as I was when I tried on my dress, because I don't know if I told you guys, but when I tried on my dress, the lady who helped me find it, an amazing woman, she was awesome, loved her. She literally tapped me on my traps, right? I'm not even kidding. She tapped me on my traps. I'm crying because the dress is so beautiful. She goes, honey, tap, tap. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, these right here, and tapped them again. She was like, these can't get any bigger. And when I tell you, I just really, I don't think y'all realize, I don't even train traps. I just carry a lot of stress in my shoulders and upper body, so my traps have grown through the life of stress. Anyways, my back can't get any bigger, my traps can't get any bigger, or my dress won't fit well. They'll have to restructure the whole top and it'll take too long. So it's a lot of pressure. So that's a goal of mine, is to lean out, not let my traps get any bigger. So pray for me, guys, or send me stress relief tips that make traps shrink somehow by magic. I don't know, but my goal is to lean out, fit into my dress, kind of continue to keep my diet in check, take my vitamins, things like that, bunch of random things. So I don't know. I think once I make my macros in a plan, I'll probably try and do like a YouTube series where you guys can like follow me through my like wedding prep, because I'm going to be looking good on my wedding day. That's my plan. That's my goal. So that was really all that I have to update you guys on. Literally all of your questions were just tailored to like one specific thing. So it kind of made this video not what I wanted it to be, but I updated you on everything else anyway. So I hope you guys still liked it. I hope that this kind of clears the air for everybody who's just been really waiting for these details of why things have changed. Yeah, that's really it. So this is my Q&A. This is my life update. I hope you have enjoyed it. Next video will probably be another life update, because things are changing in about 2 weeks and it's going to be very exciting news that I can't wait to share, and it's going to be great. It's a little nerve-wracking. Change is scary. Change is scary. Big steps and leaps are scary. Doing things new, terrifying, but it's all great things. I'm all very excited. I am very excited for everything that's changing and everything that's going to be going on. So again, hope you guys liked this video. Make sure you like if you did, because I know I love Q&As, and hopefully the next one will be better with more topics to talk about. So just keep that in mind. Comment down below what you guys want to see next. On my agenda, I have house tour when it's done. I have life update for when things change in the next couple weeks. And then I'm going to be probably doing more like workout how-to videos. I'm going to have more time to meal prep and cook things so I can take you guys through that. So comment below things that you like to watch on YouTube, because I'm about to have a lot of free time to actually give you great content. I'm very excited. So help your girl out. Comment down below things that you want to see. And subscribe so you don't miss the videos that you comment down below that I can make for you because you said you wanted them. So like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys loved it. I'm gonna go get to work now. And it was great catching up. I'll see you guys next time.